because it said meditation with Rabbi Aaron. My sister is there. I'm going to hide her for a minute while she goes and finds the goose. But welcome, everybody. I am sending the link to.
Is it on your the Simple Manual website?
Yes. This is the wrong one. Hold on, everybody. But if you're here, go ahead and say hi. We're going to get started in a minute. I just want to make sure that I have the right videos to everybody. All right. Give me a second. This one is the live one. Hold on a second. Okay, that's good. 1 second. Okay. Technology, don't we just all just love it? Give me 1 second. Get ready to ask a 3-year-old questions, because if we can ask some questions, we might get some interesting answers. Delete. There we go. I was trying to delete the other video that I did for wrong. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm bringing you on. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Jay. Sorry about that delay. It said meditation with Rabbi Aaron, and this is definitely not meditation with Rabbi Aaron. So I want to make sure to get it right.
Lucy has decided she's going to bring out everything that she would like to ever wear in her hair, on her neck, on her wrist. We're just going to keep adding.
That sounds like her. Oh, and Aunt Allie says hi. Can you say hi to Aunt Allie, Lucy?
Hi.
So we're going to start. I'm just sharing this now on my page. Here we go. All right. So welcome to Think About It Thursdays. It's a very special day.
Toddler edition.
It's the toddler edition. There are a couple things in my life that I talk about. Good morning, sis. There's a couple things in my life that I talk about literally a couple things. My dog, Amos. Where'd he go?
This is my necklace. I'm wearing this one.
And
you have one on mine already. This is mine. Somehow all of my necklaces have disappeared and made their way into Lucy's possession.
All right. Well, so introducing, are you ready, Lucy? Can you do a drum roll? Lucy.
Do a drum roll.
Lucy Charlotte Haas. What's your mom's name, Lucy?
Sarah.
No,
what's the rest of my name?
Alexis Charlotte Haas.
So Lucy, Sarah, why don't you tell us her full name and who she was named after?
So your name is Lucy Charlotte Haas, right?
Yes.
And you were born on March 31st, 2017.
Yes.
And she was named, the Lucy is after nobody at all.
It's after Lizzie.
Right. Maybe Lizzie can always think that it's about her. What are you doing?
Also, Sarah, do you know that the chat in this function is on the right side that you can see as people are writing in?
That's so cool. I'm watching. So cool.
She's learning this new website. Okay, and Lucy, her middle name Charlotte is named after our grandmother, but Lucy has decided that Sarah Alexis Weiss, who's now Sarah Alexis Haas, what's her full name, Lucy?
Alexis Charlotte Haas.
Alexis Charlotte Haas, apparently.
I have taken on Charlotte as part of my name.
All right, so Lucy, I think you have enough jewelry on.
No, I think there's more.
A little so people can really see all of the. Can you show us what you're wearing?
Let's show your head. Right, look down.
Oh, she's wearing everything.
Two bows and 2 clips. And let's see. Let's count the bracelets. Can we count them?
Yeah.
1. Count with me. 2, 3,
4, 5, 6.
6 on this hand, and
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6 on this hand. And there's
Lucy. Lucy, can you look up in the camera so people can see your face? Okay. So Lucy, I have a question, Lucy.
Oh my gosh.
Because people are waiting to hear what you have to say.
Yeah,
so first of all, can you introduce yourself and how old are you and where do you live?
Okay. Your name is?
Lucy Solitaire.
All right, but remember we're going to look right up in the camera.
Enough of this. You need to answer. Here, you can have your magic wand. Okay.
Okay, with your magic wand, tell us.
I want to wear them.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Lucy, tell them, tell everybody your name.
Lucy started house
Where do you live?
in Long Beach, California. And
Long
we
Beach,
have
California.
a beach in Long Beach, California that is by a house.
There's a beach in Long Beach, California that's by our house. I will do the translating this morning.
Exactly. Somebody wants to know, Lucy, are your jewels from Tiffany?
No.
Who are your jewels from?
It's Zaza. She's pointing
Raza
to the
brought you a
screen.
lot of jewels. Thank you, sis. So, yeah, she has lots of bling. There's never too much bling. Lucy, do you have one hero, one person that you like to talk about that's very important in our world?
Dazzle Girl? Oh, but what about the other person that
Tammy Duckworth.
All right,
Tammy Duckworth. Can you look up in the camera?
Tammy Duckworth.
So Tammy Duckworth is a U.S. Senator.
Right.
And Lucy has learned a lot about her. So Lucy,
Can you tell us
can
about
you tell everybody, this is a very funny but really amazing thing that Lucy has become obsessed with this one senator that she learned from a women's empowerment book. So
right.
Lucy, can you look at the camera and focus right at the camera because people are watching you and tell them who is Tammy Duckworth and talk really slowly.
Can you say who's Tammy Duckworth? Who's Tammy Duckworth?
A senator.
And what happened to her?
What was her story?
She was flying ahead taught to see the pilot and her head on only faster than me told her doctor so she didn't cut her leg off.
Okay, so let me translate that. She was flying her helicopter. Her helicopter crashed, and the doctor had to cut off her legs.
Right. But now Lucy's learned that story. But Lucy, now is she an important person in our world, in our government?
Does she do a lot of good stuff?
Yeah.
And what does she have? She has, we call them prosthetic legs. Can you say that?
And fake leg.
Well, that's just a much more nicer name. Stop.
I want to move the microphone.
Okay.
By the way, Lucy, Aunt Allie says, do I see trolls jewelry? We're going to talk about 3-year-old developmental behavior in a moment. We prepared some facts.
We can talk after it. You need to stop, or we're going to turn this off.
Should I hide you for a minute? Okay, I'm going to hide you for a minute, and then you'll get her ready. Okay, so first of all, part of what we're going to do is give her a moment of break because she's 3 years old, so let's be honest. So first of all, I thought one thing that we would do today was talk about 2 different things. We're going to, once Lucy loses it, we're going to talk about some interesting facts about child's brains that I prepared. And number 2, if you want to ask my sister and I, who, as many of you know, are triplets and sisters and cantors, we also want to answer questions. So, all right, Sarah, I'm about to turn you on. Okay. There she is. All ready. Okay, Lucy, can you tell us, every day you go to school, right?
No, some few days.
Only a few days, but what's
Next
week?
on Monday, I'm going to school every day.
Wow. What, do you know the name of your school?
What's it called that you go to?
Preschool.
JCC.
JCC.
Speaking of spelling things, I was very impressed by this. Can you spell your first and last name?
Yeah, spell your name.
LUCYHASS.
That's right.
Oh.
Did you remember how to spell Nancy? Do you remember that?
N-A-
N-A.
C.
No, N-A-N.
C-Y.
Is what?
Is Nancy.
Nancy. And then do you remember how to spell fancy? It's the same thing. You change the first letter to F, right?
F-A-N-C-Y.
That's right. Fancy Nancy.
That is right.
Fancy Nancy.
Okay, so Lucy, I have a question. Are you ready for a question? I need to see your eyes in the camera to ask you a question.
She's going to ask you a question.
So, your mommy's very special, right? Does mommy have brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Can you name a few of her brothers and sisters?
You're mommy's first sister.
I'm her sister.
Who else is my sister?
Who else?
Who?
No, I'm asking.
And
Who else?
Daddy.
Aunt Allie. That's right.
And what about an uncle? 2 uncles.
Who are your uncles?
Your and brothers.
And who are they? Uncle
Ryan. And Uncle Ori.
Well, yes, Uncle Ori. That's true. But who's mommy's big brother?
Who's Abraham and Sammy's daddy?
Scotty.
Uncle Scotty.
Yeah. And Lucy, do you know that mommy is a triplet?
A triplet.
Do you remember what that meant?
What does that mean?
All 3 of us.
Triplet.
Right. Now, all 3 of us were in Nana's tummy at the same time. Is that right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
How do you
remember being in my mommy's tummy?
And Zaza was in Nana's tummy.
That's right. But do you remember being in my tummy?
Yeah.
You do. What do you remember about it? Stop. What do you remember about it? Flip your purse. What do you remember about being in mommy's belly?
The belly, the belly, the belly.
All right, I'm ready for some quick fire answers. Are you ready,
Okay.
Lucy?
Go.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Get ready. Get ready.
Can I see your hands in the air looking at me like this? Okay. What is your favorite color? Go.
Red.
What is your favorite TV show?
Mirror.
Mira Royal Detective.
What? Are you ready? Look up at the camera so people can see your eyes. What is your favorite movie?
Frozen 2.
Frozen 2. What is your favorite song?
It's the unknown.
Into the unknown.
Into the unknown. That took us a second. Into the unknown. Okay.
Go.
What is your favorite sport?
Soccer.
Soccer. Yes.
Football.
What are you watching on TV with Daddy a lot?
Wait.
Hockey.
Hockey.
Who's your favorite team?
The what?
Your favorite hockey team.
You have a favorite hockey team?
Who do you watch on TV with Daddy?
Hockey.
But what team? What T-shirt did you just get?
The Bruins T-shirt.
The Boston Bruins.
Oh.
The red in the red shirt to win.
Oh,
The
in the red shirt?
Yeah, that's my favorite color.
Why does
The
everyone
Boston Red Sox.
Boston Red Sox? Excuse me.
What?
Oh, not
Lucy,
Lucy.
Are you ready for the next set of questions?
You ready? Okay.
What would you rather wear? Pants or dresses?
Versus.
I swear, I have more dresses. I have more pants that have been unworn and shorts that it pains me.
Yes.
Okay.
And by the way, Sarah and I were not the like as girly as Lucy growing up.
No.
Lucy, who is your best friend?
All of my friends in class.
All of her friends.
Very nice. Okay, Lucy, when you go out with Zaza, very slowly, tell everybody, what do Lucy and Zaza love to do?
Shopping!
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that big of an answer. Also, Aunt Allie says, do I see Trolls jewelry that she got you? You don't see right now?
Where they are.
Uh-oh. We got to find them.
Yeah.
Okay. Lucy, do you have any questions for me?
Do you want to ask Aunt Zaza a question? What do you want to ask Aunt Zaza?
What is your favorite color?
Purple.
What is your favorite movie?
My Big Fat Greek Wedding. You're a
That's
good
not a movie.
That is a movie. That's my favorite movie. Okay, you want to ask me another question?
What is your favorite song?
What is your favorite song?
I think, you know what? We're doing Aretha Franklin Shabbat right now. And there's two songs that Aretha Franklin made famous, not even though they weren't her original. One is Ain't No Mountain High Enough. I think that's definitely one of my favorites. And also Say a Little Prayer for You. So everybody has to watch Aretha tomorrow night because it was a good excuse.
No, Nana asked a question. Lucy, what are all of your grandparents' names? Do you know?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
What is Nana?
What is Nana's name? What's her name?
Nana.
No, it is Nana, but what's her actual name? Like my mommy, but my name is Sarah?
Marilyn.
Marilyn. And what's Papa Mark? What's Papa's name?
Mark.
That's right. And what's your Bell's name? Do you remember?
What? Susan.
And what's your Zaid's name?
Rodden.
Rodney. Okay, Lucy. Lucy, I have a very important question. Are you ready? Let's see your face. What does mommy, are you ready for the question? Get ready. Look at the camera. What does mommy do for work?
She calls someone like you.
She calls someone like you.
Okay. And what does she do?
And
Does she do something with Judaism? With being Jewish?
She knows that word, Lizzie. Come on.
Well, Lucy, can you sing one Shabbat song? Like a big star. Can you sing it for us?
Friday, night and sun is down. Friday, night and sun is down. Whoa! Water, for showers. Singing, going round and round on Friday, night. Sun is down.
Okay, question. Quick question round. Are you ready?
Ready?
Who's your favorite dog?
Who's your favorite dog?
Papa!
Who?
Papa!
Who's Oh! We have a next door neighbor that their house and their dog Harper, and she loves Harper. But what about the other dog?
What about
Amos!
Amos. That's right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hi, Amos.
Hi!
Lucy, what do you always say about him? He's so
Shoot!
He's so cute.
He's so cute. Okay, Lucy, are you ready for my next quick fire question?
Oh, bend down. Bend down.
Okay, here we go. When you grow up, what do you want to be?
What do you want to be?
A doctor.
Doctor. But
Wow.
what kind of doctor? That's most important.
Dom Stuffin.
She wants to be Doc McStuffins.
Doc McStuffins. That's a good thing.
What kind of doctor does Doc McStuffins? What is she? She is a doctor for
Pets and stuffed animals.
pets and stuffed animals.
So you keep freezing a little bit. Okay, Lucy, before we give you a little break and we do some facts, do you have any last comments, questions, or anything you would like to say?
I want to ask a lot of questions.
Okay, so ask Aunt
Okay,
Zaza.
let's ask the question.
So, I like.
Oh my gosh, wait a second. Guess what just popped up on my screen?
What?
I just got an email from Tammy Duckworth.
What do you think that's an email from Tammy Duckworth?
All right, Lucy, come on. You can ask two questions.
Tammy Duckworth.
Well, we can talk about that later.
Okay, is she going to take a break while we do some facts?
Why don't you go out and hang with Molly for a little bit, and then you can come back.
No.
Okay. Well, then you have to ask questions if you want to be on. Otherwise, I'm going to share some interesting facts. Do you want to hear some interesting facts?
Yeah.
Nana would like Lucy to show off her dress.
Yes, this is a new dress from our shopping day on Monday. Yes.
And this is now day 4 of her wearing it.
Sharon, Lucy, Sharon says she loves your jewelry. Yes, Lucy's all blinged out.
Literally wears every piece of jewelry she has.
All right, so Lucy, you got to sit down so we can see you in the camera.
No.
Oh, okay, we can see your dress now. Okay, here we go. Are you ready for a fact?
Yes.
Ready, Lucy? All right.
Ready for a fact.
I'm ready.
You're ready.
Okay, did you know that your brain, where's your brain, Lucy?
In my head.
Do you know that it grows and learns the fastest between when you're born to when you're 3 years old than in your entire lifetime?
Oh my gosh. By the time you're born until you're 3 months old, stop it. You learn the most.
You learn the most. Exactly.
Is there a time when Lucy is the most stubborn? Does it say?
A time when people are the most stubborn? I don't know. Babies whose parents frequently talk to them know 300. Are you ready for this?
Right now.
Please.
Okay, I'm going to turn it off while I do a couple facts. All right, here we go. This is my Think About It Thursday facts while Lucy gets a break. So, babies whose parents talk frequently to them know 300 more words by age 2 than babies whose parents rarely speak to them. I think that's pretty interesting. My mom is saying now. I don't know what that means. Now put her back on. Is that what you're saying? All right, here we go. She's back on. So Sarah, did you hear that last fact about?
No.
Also very important, all caregivers who are a part of a child's life impact his or her brain development. So really who you surround your kids by is really, really important.
What does you? Can I have this?
No.
Please. I have a necklace on.
All right, Lucy, are you ready for this fact about babies?
You ready to learn about babies?
All right.
Yeah,
Babies learn what is important to pay attention to by following the eye gaze of adults. So what you look at and how you look is actually very, very important. I don't know what my mom is saying. Show us your Bruins tee now. So that's it. I'm not sure what she's saying.
That shouldn't be anything new.
Where is Mom?
Mom,
Lucy?
your mom's right here.
Nana. Lucy, what language do you speak?
What language do you speak?
Where is Nana?
I don't know. What language do you speak? Do you know what it's called?
Lasana.
Lasana?
Yeah, Lasana.
What did we watch this morning or last night? Did you sing the Spanish alphabet?
Yeah.
Do you remember how it goes?
I know.
You don't remember? Oh, okay.
Okay.
She's learning Spanish.
She's learning Spanish. Wow.
Buy some.
You want to try? Lizzie, do you remember the Spanish alphabet?
A, B, C, D, E, F, something like that.
No.
All right, are you ready? This is a crazy fact. If babies' bodies grew at the same rapid pace as their brains, they would weigh 170 pounds by 1 month of age.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible. That's how fast their brains are growing.
You weigh 35 pounds and you are how old?
3!
3!
Okay.
Really loud.
Lucy, do you have any questions for me as the interviewer? Do you want to play interviewer now?
I don't want the microphone.
Okay, Lizzie, Lucy is going to say her farewell because we're done.
Okay.
So bye, everyone.
No, I don't want another bye.
This is a good thing about how I can turn them on and off is I'm going to share another fact, and then Sarah will let me know when they're ready. So reading aloud to children helps stimulate brain development, yet only 50% of infants and toddlers are routinely read to by parents. This is, I think, a really interesting thing because this is where the quality of the care that babies receive when they're younger really comes into place because, of course, in my households and in any of my nieces and nephews, households, reading was always a part of everything that we do. Looks like Sarah is ready to come back on. Are you ready, Sarah? Okay. Here she's on. All right, Sarah. Sarah, how is it being the mother? What's the most surprising thing about being a parent to you?
That no matter how frustrated I get or how exhausted I am, that this little child brings more joy to me.
I want that bracelet.
Even when she's being like this, than I can ever even imagine. That.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much.
Lucy, what's your favorite thing? What's your favorite thing to do with mommy?
What's your what, Lizzie?
Lucy, what's your favorite thing to do with mommy?
What do you like to do with mommy?
Stop it!
I've created a monster.
Yeah. But what's behind? Can you show everybody what's behind mommy? And what's something that mommy does to relax at night that she does with you too? Yes, Sarah, why don't you tell us a little bit about your art?
So this has been a lot of what I've done during the quarantine. And if Lizzie can attest to the fact that I have never been the most artistic person, and all of a sudden,
I can't see.
I know, hold on, I'm showing the pictures. Visually, I've been inspired by quotes and by music, and so I've taken that and started to create paintings. So this one says, "I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples." And that was said by Mother Teresa. And just, I've done a lot of other ones. I've sent friends pictures.
Thank you, Mommy.
This one's the lyrics to the Alanis Morissette song "You Live" or "You Learn."
Oh, Lucy, do you want to sing a little bit of "You Live, You Learn" for everyone?
Yeah, how about we sing that together?
Yes.
Ready? Let's start at the beginning. Ready?
Look at the camera.
Ready? I recommend getting your heart traveled on to anyone.
Yeah.
I recommend make it in your living room.
Yeah. Swallow it down. What a jagged little pill. It feels so good.
Swimming in your stomach.
We come to the sea.
All right, ready? Sing it out.
You live, you learn,
you love, you learn, you cry, you learn, you lose, you learn, you bleed,
you learn,
you
scream, you love. My recommending a fun you can chew
to anyone. All the words. I certainly do.
I recommending a.
I don't remember this.
Yay!
How about this one? She'll want to do this because it makes her happy. Wear it out.
Wear it out to do.
The way a 3-year-old would do.
I do that one again.
And then that
Yeah. I like.
Lucy. Okay, Lucy, I was very impressed. A couple weeks ago, you spent the night at my house, right? Did we have a sleepover?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you sang a song. There was only one song that you wanted to hear. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Jay. They're impressed. And you sang a song, and it was from a musical. And it was like, what was it called, Sarah? Waiting for the life that I've been waiting for, something like that.
Oh, the one. It's from Fancy Nancy.
From Fancy Nancy.
The world that awaits me.
Yeah, can you sing that?
We were at Robin's.
Yes, Robin Platts. Okay, you say hi to Robin.
Say
Hi, Robin.
Okay, can you tell her? Can you sing for her? Can you sing the Fancy Nancy song?
Then you help me start to the beginning.
I don't remember how it starts, but I do remember.
It's the wonderful world that awaits me.
There'll be a second one.
She's never sneezed one.
You good?
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can find the beginning of it.
Well, here's the other thing you could sing, Lucy.
What?
Nancy, how? What is it? What? Something about being fancy.
Here it is, Lucy. Let's just hear you sing. I'll show you the beginning of it.
When we
Go ahead.
When we pull out of the driveway, like a pony that's running, and we're driving down the highway, I know exactly what's precisely waiting around everywhere. The wonderful world that awaits me. Do you feel the spectacular sights? Rivers and canyons, the desert. How does the next part go?
Wait, I just have a question for you before we do that. Lucy, how do you learn? Look up at the camera so I can see your eyes like how you can see mine. How do you learn the words to all these songs?
Because I'm an expert at songs.
You're what?
I'm an expert at songs.
You're an expert at songs?
Yeah.
Because I'm an expert at songs.
Because I'm an expert. That's right.
So,
But how do you learn them? You sit in the car.
Literally, what do you do? What do you do? We sit in the car. Mommy, start it over. I think if you ask me to start over a song 10 times, that's the minimum.
Yes, and then she learns all the words. All right, Lucy, maybe I'll have the last 10 minutes with Mommy. Do you have anything else you want to say?
and then we're over.
Yeah.
Well,
Over yet.
Okay, well, then you got to ask, let's do an interview and ask me some questions. Okay, I'm going to share a fact if you're not going to ask a question. Here we go. I'm done with that page of facts. That wasn't a lot. Putting everything in your mouth is gross, but normal toddler behavior. Toddlers explore the world through all of their senses, which means they are going to touch and taste everything.
Molly, our nanny, who is in the other room, but she's so fantastic. She says to me every time they go out, Lucy touches every possible thing she could touch when they're out on their walk.
Yes, right? Which is difficult during this age of COVID.
Sometimes we go on car rides.
You go on car rides too, but it's
so
just
Lucy,
when you're outside, you touch everything that you.
Yeah.
Lucy, don't touch it, and then you go, ha, 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 and then you touch it, right?
Lucy, I actually have a very serious question.
What's the serious question?
What happened this year how come you didn't get to go to school for a while? What happened outside?
I was with Mommy and Daddy.
That's right.
Right. But what happened? Was there germs?
Your germs outside. Yeah. And what do you have to wear on your face when you go outside? What do you have to wear?
Mask.
A mask.
Tell us what
In the building.
When we're in our building, she has to wear a mask.
Right. So tell us about why do you have to wear a mask? Can you tell everyone why it's important to wear a mask?
Because there's germs outside.
Because there's germs outside.
And in the building.
And in the building. Well, so just you're safe with Mommy there, right?
Does Mommy take care of you?
We can't see you.
Look, Mommy.
I see that picture. Yep.
Take it down.
No, I can't do it now.
By the way, tantrums are normal. There's a reason for the phrase terrible twos. Toddlers experience a lot of frustration, which often leads to meltdowns. If handled appropriately, most toddlers grow out of the behavior.
Oh gosh, happens soon. Okay, Lizzie.
Mm-hmm.
Get some questions ready.
Okay, I'm gonna
sayonara. We're done. Can you say that? Say sayonara.
No, I don't want to be done.
I know, but we are done. So you got to say bye-bye.
No, I don't want.
Okay, we're going to give them a break for a second, and I'm going to share a couple more. And also, oh, this is the age, apparently, according to my fact sheets, that you even learn things like how to say please and thank you, which I feel like a lot of 3-year-olds learn how to say that, and then they lose that eventually. But I will have to say, I think I witnessed firsthand with Lucy that during the pandemic, when all of a sudden she couldn't go to school anymore, it was very difficult, because this is a kid, as much as everybody sees her right now and her dresses and her jewelry, she is like a big like runner. Like, she loves to play sports and ball. She never sits down, right, Sarah? Okay, Sarah's ready now. I'm bringing you back in. I was talking about how during this pandemic, it's been difficult because Lucy was just getting into like real school, and then all of a sudden she had to stay home, and how difficult that was. I thought it was very interesting when I said, who's your best friend, that she was like, all my friends in my class, which, by the way, are very small classes. She's very lucky that she can go to school right now. It's such a great place that is doing a good job of keeping everybody quarantined.
Yeah, they really are. And I have to say that, like, developmentally, Lucy's always been sort of ahead of the game, I think, in terms of maturity and just being able to, connect with other kids. But I definitely saw a change in her when she wasn't at school every day or every other day, the way she was going. And then now that she's been back there for, I think now there was a 2-week they were there, then they closed for 3 weeks. Now they're back. And I just, such a change in her demeanor, in her sort of her like need for structure. She sticks with it. So that's why we know that having her go 5 days a week is really the next step. And I think it's going to help tremendously.
And she starts next Monday.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
Okay. So, Sarah, I just thought we would take a few last closing minutes. Hopefully, hopefully Lucy's taken care of.
Already distracted. She's fine.
By the way, toddlers need predictable and regular schedules. Keep sleep times and meal times as consistent as possible, and be prepared to change the routine upon a meltdown.
Yeah, well, that just doesn't happen. Routine structure, when you have a parent like myself who, has work and works many hours and late meetings, we have to just kind of play bedtime by ear a lot of the time.
Well, also, in order to see her, you guys sometimes keep her up. Does anybody? Jay says Sarah is so patient with Lucy. Yes, she is. Lucy,
it's not hard. It really isn't hard. She pushes the envelope a little bit, but generally you kind of look her in the square in the eye and you say, like, enough, and she gets it.
Yeah. I would say at about 10:30 in the morning, where she was just having to sit, she probably wanted to be out running. This is her like prime energy hour. Okay, let's see if anyone has any other questions. I'm actually surprised we've gone through 40 minutes, and I think we're going to sign off unless anyone has any questions that come through. We want to thank you for watching, and at least for posterity, we have a little bit of Lucy Charlotte #the goose on camera, and my sister, of course. And one time we should do one where we actually talk about our careers, our parallel careers. So Sarah's the cantor at Temple Israel of Long Beach.
Well, we can take some time to talk about that now. Why wait?
I guess we could. So Sarah decided to become a cantor a little bit before me, and actually was already in Israel in 2010, before I even had decided to become a cantor. And I don't know, Sarah, I don't know what you want to say about that. I know for my decision, and I decided to stay in LA, and I've never looked back, and it's been the greatest decision of my life. But what do you have to say, Sarah?
I mean, I think, thank you, Mom. You two wonderful cantors are to be admired. We can always count on Marilyn Weiss for pride and yes. I think that my decision, I did a lot of moving around. So I left and went the farthest for college because I felt like I needed to leave. I mean, I literally went as far as I possibly could go into Miami. And I loved that ability to have my own space. I mean, I felt like college for me was a great experience for just being Sarah, as opposed to Sarah as part of triplets. And Sarah, you know, we had our labels when we lived in LA, and we were, you know, people knew who we were because of our involvement in the temple and in whatever it was we were doing. And so it was nice to have that. What did you say?
We can't. You're looking down.
Sorry, my camera's higher than okay. But I think that we needed that space. And then I came back and lived in New York for, you know, a millisecond and decided that's just, I think I thought maybe because it was easy for Ryan and Lizzie because they got shows so quickly that I was like, oh yeah, that'll happen with me too, which is not what happened at all. And so I moved back to LA and had this sort of epiphany and spent 2 years training, working at Temple Emmanuel as the cantorial intern or whatever soloist for the new Emmanuel Minion, and teaching at the religious school and working for the Federation and several other things. And then I left for Israel. And as much as for me, Israel was a very, very challenging year, both health-wise and just being in Jerusalem and living in Israel, I also made the decision and like literally will never, I don't look back on it and go, ugh, I wish I had gone to AJR. Not to say that AJR is not an incredible school. It is amazing. And you see it in my sister, the training that she received. But for me, HUC was, I
don't understand our mother right now, but you learned to open a bottle of wine with one hand.
Are you talking about when I waitressed in New York? I think there's a delay, but these are coming in. Yes, I did waitress in New York at a French restaurant and had to be taught. I had to learn how to open a bottle of wine, holding it on one end and turning it with a key.
I had no idea you knew how to do that. What do you mean with one hand?
You hold the bottle in one hand.
Oh, like this.
And then you take, and there's like, you use a wine key. Not everybody uses those big things that have the clamps. There's, a little wine key. Anyways.
I don't think I've ever seen one in my life.
I'm sure you have. So I loved my time at HUC. I think HUC for me was the right place to go. I loved living in New York City. I loved, everything about that. I look back at my life and I think about the friends I made, and those are my friends that are my family. I don't look at high school as I don't talk to people from high school. I talk to very few people from college, and I have my cohort of rabbis and cantors that are my family from HUC. And I'm working at HUC actually, and in about 45 minutes will begin the semester of being the LA campus cantor on the LA campus, and we're doing it virtually. HUC is virtual for the rest of the year, the whole year, which is insane.
You have to look up, Sarah.
Sorry, which is really crazy. I need to lower my camera. I know. Yeah. But I think I think that, living in Long Beach has been fantastic, and being close to family has been amazing, and I hope it continues. And, I think that Lizzie and I, with our varied backgrounds and schooling, have taught each other a lot because, cantorial school isn't just, it's not the same everywhere you go. There's so much that's different about HUC versus AJR, but I think each has its own individual unique qualities and unique ways of teaching. And I know I have learned a lot from Lizzie in the past several years, and continue to learn from her every day.
As do I. Well, let's see if now Sarah's playing with her light. Oh no, I don't know what happened. Yeah, so just to rewind a little, so Sarah went to the Hebrew Union College, which the first year was in Israel, and the next 4 years were in New York City. And then I went to the Academy for Jewish Religion here in LA, which is the only cantorial school on the west of the Mississippi, apparently, something like that. So we both had very different experiences, but very fulfilling. And we knew, I'm hearing an echo. Am I playing somewhere else?
No.
We both knew that.
Oh.
What? It's okay.
No,
we both knew that we would need our separate spaces to really do school the way that we wanted to. But there's so much more that comes with that, and so much to say about being busy sister cantors and high holidays coming up and being virtual cantors right now.
Also very grateful that we've allowed our circles to.
Yes. So for the first 8-10 weeks, I did not see Sarah and Lucy and Andrew, and that was very hard. And I was lucky to have congregants who are also family they were the only people that I saw. So it was very much more stabilizing when we could start seeing each other. Typically, ever since Lucy's been born, almost every Monday since she was born, Sarah and I both have our day off. So we'll go, we get together. We have a whole joke that it's like shopping, sushi, and toys or something with Lucy. And now it's catching up to us, though. Now we've spoiled her. But or I've spoiled her. Yes. But it's really fun. But if nobody else has any other questions, we are going to wave goodbye and take 10 minutes to breathe before each of us jumps on to our next meeting. Sarah is going on to HUC. I'm going on to yet another high holiday meeting. And we just want to thank everybody for coming. Tune in next week for Think About It Thursdays. I think I'm doing another 2, and then we'll take a little hiatus during the high holiday time. On my side, please tune in to Aretha Franklin Shabbat tomorrow night. It's going to be really special and really energetic, and I'm trying to bring as much of the kind of the feeling that we normally have in the backyard of the Friedmans into the sanctuary. So I just can't wait to be there. Anything else, Sarah?
No, thanks for having us on.
Adios, people.
See ya.